Hello everyone and compliments of the season. I'm Dia Yoka and it is a huge pleasure to be with you at such a merry period. Today, we look back at some of the major political highlights of 2021.
2021 was a year of presidential elections on the continent. In January, Uganda's President Yoweri Museveni was re-elected to a sixth term in office amid intense and deadly opposition protests. Then in Niger, it took 2 rounds to give the country a new leader when Mohamed Bazoum beat his opponent and former President Mahama Usman for the top job. And in Benin, it was a coast ride for Patrice Talon, who won re-election for a second term in the very first round of polls, largely boycotted by the opposition. In Congo, President Sassou Nguesso extended his rule, a 4th-term win amidst a sad occurrence, the death of his opponent, Parfait Kolelas, from COVID. Then Idriss Déby of Chad got re-elected, but that win would be short-lived as the strongman died in battle with jihadists shortly after the declaration of his election victory. In August, an opposition leader, Hakainde Hichilema, in his 6th attempt at the presidency, displaced Zambia's Edgar Lungu in a bitterly contested poll. The win was by a landslide, triggering jubilations in the country. And that of the Gambia, Adama Barrow maintained his grip on power after beating his opponent, Ousseynou Dabo, who received about 28% of the votes. A wind of change blew across Sao Tome and Principe and Cape Verde when opposition candidates in the island nations won elections. And in the Horn of Africa nation of Djibouti, elections were largely peaceful, with President Ismail Goïlé extending his 2 decades in power. Though it was still a pandemic year, major summits on Africa took place. They included China-Africa Summit held in Dakar, Senegal, the Financing of African Economies Summit held in Paris with many African leaders, among some 30 heads of state who attended in May. In October, hundreds of young African entrepreneurs, activists and civil rights campaigners gathered in Montpellier for a one-day Africa-France Summit. In November, African leaders at the COP26 climate summits demanded more action from rich nations.
It is the responsibility of big emitters to raise their ambitions and drastically cut their emissions.
Now, since 2010, there has been a steady decline in the occurrence of coups in Africa, but that break was tested this year.
A coup in Guinea ousted President Alpha Condé, bringing to an end the 83-year-old's hang-on to power in a controversial 3rd term. Mutinous soldiers led by Mamadi Doumbouya led the coup to huge cheers from the population. In Mali, Assimi Goïta consolidated his regime's powers by ousting his civilian partners, orchestrating what has been described as a coup within a coup. There would have been more coups, but they failed in Niger, Madagascar and Sudan. And in South Africa, widespread looting took place in deadly protest against the imprisonment of former President Jacob Zuma for corruption. Neighboring Eswatini also saw riots with the young population frustrated with King Mswatini III's monarchy. Demonstrations rocked Tunisia and worsened when President Kais Saied in July suspended parliament and froze legislation. The armed conflict in North Kivu intensified and saw the killing of the Italian ambassador Luca Atanasio, his bodyguard and driver. Deadly attacks continued in the Sahel, in Mali and Burkina Faso, while Ethiopia's civil conflicts took many dramatic turns between Tigray rebels and government forces, forcing Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed to the battlefront. Morocco and Algeria tensions rose to a climax not seen in more than 25 years when Algeria accused the Northern Kingdom of starting wildfires and other hostile acts against Algeria.
What a year! Thank you for watching and happy 2022!